Music, and here we sit in the volume.com studio on Lightning 100. We're also on volume.com right now because we got a very special guest hanging out with us here. We got Daniel Donato. Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing? You good?
Good.
You making it all right today?
Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Honored to have Mustang McGee here with us, too, in the Volume studio.
Right on.
Yeah.
So here we are. This is, Tuesday. You've got a record coming out here in just a few days, don't you?
Yeah.
Reflector?
Yeah.
We excited?
Immensely so.
Are you at that point where it's like, you're so excited and you're so happy, but can we just get this thing out now? Are you sort of at that point yet, or?
It's been out for me.
Oh, fair enough.
The relationship we have with our fans is that they know a lot of the songs and we've gotten to play them for them. So it's been out, and that's a really great privilege to have.
I would imagine so, yeah, because it's already kind of part of it's not even out yet, and people are already responding.
Yeah, like all the pre-orders sold out, and people are posting links where I'm getting texts from management. They're like, we got to take that down, and it's like, it's great. Like,
yeah, these are good problems to have.
These are fantastic problems,
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a problem in that, you're here, we've got instruments, so I guess we should, play something maybe,
Yeah. We should perhaps do a live version of something that people have already been hearing on the station.
Lose Your Mind, perhaps?
Lose Your Mind.
Tell us a little bit about this song before we hear it.
I'll tell you what, I was at McDonald's the other day before we left for a run that we just finished, and my manager texted me at the same time. Will texted me saying, "Lose Your Mind's on Lightning 100." So I turn it on, and the girl at the first window goes, "Oh, is that Cosmic Country? I love Cosmic Country. I love Lose Your Mind." And I had my hair up and I had glasses on, and she had no idea who I was. I was like, I think they're okay.
We're secretly inside. You got like a foot and a half taller, and you're just like, you're all.
You had a fake mustache on, like Will does right now. It was good.
That's really good. I thought that was real. I was impressed.
Yeah.
That's a good one
too. I guess he just glues it back on when I sleep or something.
It's the power of spirit gum, man. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and play some music for us.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Desperate to awaken, confidence is shaken. It all seems so frightening, gets to be enlightening. No, you're not mistaken, given all that's taken. Birds in flight wanna sing, bells and chimes gonna ring. 'Cause it's a long gone stretch of time to an everlasting smile. The first steps down the line begins a trial. So lose your mind in the song and find yourself in all that's wrong. It's a long gone stretch of time to lose your mind. Daybreak killed the dream, but with it came a glowing gleam. Visions of gold and green, worlds bursting at their seams. Plans held so dear, all in time disappear into a long, long ride. Lights flashing, passing by. 'Cause it's a long gone stretch of time to an everlasting smile. The first steps down the line begins a trial. So lose your mind in the song and find yourself in all that's wrong. It's a long gone stretch of time to lose your mind. stretch of time to an everlasting smile. The first steps down the line begins a trial. So lose your mind in the song and find yourself in all that's wrong. It's a long gone stretch of time to lose your mind.
I got to tell you, I've had far worse days at the office than that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
That's Daniel Donato here live on Lightning 100. Lose Your Mind, that is from the Reflector album. You've been hearing that song a lot here on the radio station. Reflector comes out on Friday, and then you've also got, coming up in December, not just a Christmas show at Brooklyn Bowl, Nashville, it's Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country Christmas, right?
Yeah.
What constitutes a Cosmic Country Christmas?
Well, there's a total inclusivity on all spiritual forms of your choosing. It's not purely based off the namesake of Christmas, although that would be a prevalent and trustworthy source. But it really is just a celebration of a fantastic year and using community and love and friendship and dancing to wrap up a year for what it's worth, both good and bad.
Yeah.
And we don't play in Nashville a lot. And that's kind of by design.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just like ending the year in Nashville, you know, and so it's something, this will be our second year doing it. It's nearly sold out. So people want to come. It's going to be just a fantastic time. Some of our friends from Widespread Panic are playing. Some friends from Green Sky Bluegrass are coming.
Oh, right on.
A lot of local heroes of mine and friends of mine that live in Nashville are all going to be joining us. And it's a whole thing.
That's cool. And that's going to be at Brooklyn Bowl, Nashville.
Yeah.
It's December the 16th. And like you just said, I think there might still be some tickets, but there might not be for very much longer. So if people want to get them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Definitely get them. Definitely get them. Yeah.
So Reflector, it's out on Friday.
Yeah.
Vance Powell produced this record.
He did.
And then there's kind of like a full circle kind of thing, sort of with you starting out and now in Vance Powell, isn't there?
Yeah. I used to pick down at Roberts 4 nights a week. For anyone who lives in Nashville, they know about Roberts. Yeah. And it's probably the only place they go when they go downtown, unless they're getting paid to go somewhere else, you know. So I think Vance was probably working the Ryman, and I was around 18 years old, and the Ryman's only about 24 steps away from Roberts if you go out through the back door. And as he was leaving, he came up and kind of dragged me aside for a second, and he said, "You don't know this, but one day you're going to want to make a record, and I want to be a part of it." And it was around 10 years later, you know, where I wanted to make a record and I wanted him to be a part of it. And we made it happen. And it was just such a fantastic experience because everyone in our band had already made records on our own, like, you know, us being born in the 90s, you know, we have all these simulated stereo hardware in our computers and we all have made records and done things like that. But we got this chance to work with a very sophisticated and nuanced, brilliant personality who'd been making records for longer than we've been alive in a very honest and trusting way. And it was just such a gracious experience. It was beautiful.
Man, it's one of those, I was going to say probably hard to replicate, but it's almost, I mean, I would say it's just impossible. Like that just kind of has to fall into place for you, doesn't it?
Seems like that's how everything kind of is, especially when I look back on events, whether they're measured in importance of micro or macro levels. There's always like an intelligent design to how they appear chronologically.
Right on.
Yeah.
So we're talking to Daniel Donato about all things Reflector. Also talking about the Cosmic Christmas Show. That's going to be coming up Brooklyn Bowl, Nashville, December the 16th. Did you mentioned playing at Roberts?
Yeah.
Did I see, is it 464 shows?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming those are all probably somewhere in the 4 to 8 hour.
Yeah, they were all 4 hours apiece, man. You know,
Is there a better training ground when you're coming up than playing and doing that kind of work like early on?
There wasn't for me.
Yeah.
That was definitely the best thing I could have had.
Yeah.
Will went to Belmont, and that was something that I considered doing as well. And that seems to also be a really fantastic approach to learning and meeting a network of people that are like-minded and after what you're after musically. But for me, Roberts was perfect because I was able to work with a lot of session players that had played on a lot of great country records, and they toured with Merle Haggard and George Jones and Hank Williams Jr. and all these, and Buck Owens, and I got to meet all those old cats and learn from them directly by playing on stage with them. And like in between songs, they'd be like, hey, turn down, or, play the melody. You don't have to shred so much. Or, I would pass the tip jug, and I'd learn how to make money selling CDs and, talking to people. And, all of that was just such a brilliant thing for me to be a part of, and also learn some of the great songs from the country western songbook that you wouldn't have been able to learn otherwise.
And probably will never forget at this point, I would imagine, too.
Never. Yeah. Now we play a lot of these songs. We play like Marty Robbins songs and Ernest Tubb songs in our shows, and there's no other band that's really like touching on that part of America's history.
And that is something, too, because I know Reflector, it's the first album you've done that's all original songs, right?
Yeah.
But and I read that, I thought that was kind of weird because, you just mentioned some of the names. Even when you do a cover, it just sounds so original and so different. And I love, and we played it a bunch here, the Mickey Newberry. Man, that Why You Been Gone, that's amazing. And I love what you do with that, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we play that song all the time.
Yeah.
That's a great thing about the pastiche era of art that we're in now, is you kind of have the privilege and ability to take songs that aren't necessarily quote unquote yours and play them for people. And they might not have heard them otherwise. And you get to turn them on to the things that turn you on. And then that kind of renders you on the same level, which kind of dissolves the illusion of the difference between the performer and the listener, which is a big part of the logos for Cosmic Country.
And I would say, if nothing else, I mean, there's something to be said for, if nothing else, you put Mickey Newberry songs in front of people who might not have heard Mickey Newberry songs. That's just cool.
That's
awesome.
Just
cool.
Yeah.
I tell you what else is cool. Paul Franklin is on your record.
Yeah, man.
That ain't, was it 4 or 5 songs?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Vance. Well, Vance works with Chris Stapleton very intimately, and Paul plays steel with Chris, and of course with a bunch of other. You just did the Late Night with Willie Nelson. He played with Dire Straits. I think all the big bands.
I think at this point it's pretty well name someone who's had a steel player, and he's probably played with them.
It really, like, even John Mayer. It's like it's everyone.
What was the thing that he invented? The Pedobro, was that him?
Oh, I don't know. You might astute me on this.
I think it's like a dobro with pedals on it, and you play it like a. I don't know. We'll have to look this up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Acoustic lap steel.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Acoustic pedal steel almost.
I had always known Paul when they used to play down at 3rd and Lindsley with the Players.
Yeah.
And that was all the top session cats. They would go play jazz and 30 people would show up, kind of a thing.
Right.
And my God, I never would have thought. I'd always seen Paul at sessions when I was a young cat, and I would go sit in on sessions, and I would go get people Diet Cokes in between songs, and I could just hang out, and everyone, Daniel would be the kid asking everybody questions, why'd you go to that G chord, not this one? And I'd always known Paul. And then Vance called up Paul, and Paul didn't even bat an eye, and he came in and just nailed it. And he especially on for Reflector in specific, halfway in between that song, he made that song reach the bar of the vision that I had in my mind for it. It sounds like a Buck Owens song.
That's amazing.
It sounds like an old Bakersfield country song.
That is so cool. And people will be able to hear it on Friday when the Reflector album is out in the world. It'll be, I always say, and I'm assuming this is true, it'll be available at all your favorite music getting places, I would imagine.
Yeah, all the favorite.
All right. Well, let's, you want to play a little something else before we're going to let you go here?
Yeah, I think we'll do, I think this is the 2nd or 3rd song from Reflector. It's a song called Rose in the Garden.
Daniel Donato on Lightning 100.
With Mustang McGee backing me up on these Don Rich style harmonies the whole time. beauty divine. Her love's impossible destiny is worth a try. She brings a feeling, one I've never known, like a dream. She's fleeting, but I tried to make her my own. She's gone, 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 and gone, 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 gone again. Oh, she's gone, gone, gone. Like a rose in a garden, serpent vines just won't break. You better watch where you're walking. She ain't yours to take. She spends my night to day, smashes atoms into gold. But for her, it's only playing. For you, it costs your soul. She's gone, 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 and gone, 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 gone again. Oh, she's gone, gone, gone. Yeah, she's gone, gone, gone. Love's not fair when you listen to songs out on loan. But still I made it my mission. Shipwrecked tears pave the hard way home. So beware and note this lesson down to the bitter end. If you see that rose in a garden, go and test your fate again. Go and test your fate again.
I've got nothing to add to that. I can't do anything to make that any better than it already was.
I would love to hear that
You
now.
got a cowbell?
we do. I don't know if you guys know Them Vibes. They came in a while back, and they handed me a cowbell, and I didn't know that we were going to be doing it until we were on the air. And I told them I always avoid doing this kind of thing, but for Them Vibes, I played the cowbell at one time. So there you go.
Oh, the cow caveat.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
We always
Daniel.
get that in our contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure they're paying attention. Daniel Donato here live on Lightning 100. The Reflector album, it's out on Friday at all your favorite music getting places. And the Cosmic Country Christmas is going to be at Brooklyn Bowl, Nashville, December the 16th. Don't wait and get your tickets. If you wait too long, don't say you weren't warned. People want to find you and tour dates and merch. I was looking at your merch store earlier, and I saw it's really not. It looks like a fancy garlic press, maybe. That was really cool, and
spice blender.
some and like some little look like tablets, maybe. I guess for writing down recipes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if people want to check out the merch and all the other stuff, where can we find all things Daniel Donato?
You can just type in Google. You can type in my name or Cosmic Country on any search engine of your choice, VPN or not. And the tour dates will come up, the merchandise will come up, and everything will be there.
Because the odds are pretty strong if somebody's talking about Daniel Donato and Cosmic Country, that's probably going to be you.
Yeah, it'll come right on up. Yeah, and all the
Right
tour
on.
dates are on there. We spent a lot of time figuring out an intense merch line for Reflector. And so there's a whole line that's coming out before the record drops, is available now. And there's actually a whole separate line that comes out after it does. Because just like a reflection, you're seeing two things at once.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right
My
on.
favorite are the reflector socks too.
Those are cool.
Grab a pair of reflector socks. They're
There you
pretty
go.
sweet.
Well,
Yes.
let's get to Googling and everybody get shopping with Daniel Donato. Thank you very much. Safe travels. Reflector out on Friday. We will be right back. How about we do some Patrick Droney coming up next on Nashville's Independent?